Hello. Yeah. Uh, Good evening. Greetings, everyone. So good for some people. There is good morning. Thanks for joining. So I think it is time. Let's start. Uh, so welcome to UX Talks. UX Talks. This is a very special edition session I am conducting. Uh, Already we have season 3. Few months back we completed. Season 4 is in a type pipeline, probably in May, end of May or first week of June, we will start. Renowned experts across globe are ready to interact with you. Soon I will declare season 4 date, but today I thought this is very special edition, and I should take this topic. There are so many people are talking about AI in a design field and about obviously chat GPT and everything. So this is before we move quickly. So today I am a host and I am also speaker. So quickly, just in within 1 or 2 minutes, just let me introduce for new people. So my name is Tushar Deshmukh. I'm based in Pune. So I'm a founder and CEO of my IT company, which is UXExpert, where we do mentoring platform for design and usability, user psychology, those things. So from 2000, so almost now 23 years, I'm in this design field. So last 9 years back, I started my own company, which is a UXExpert, which is dedicated for user research and developing mobile app or many other applications. But UX is a core skill. Few years back, I started another company, which is a UXUIHiring Lab. So last 9 years, I tried to build everything which is UX related. Next in pipeline, there is one new venture probably by this year I will launch. This is a very dedicated technical lab which is for usability testing and usability analysis, because in India and I found this is very gap there. So soon you will I will launch this, or you will see some update about this usability labs. So already now infrastructure I am building. Okay. Apart from that, I am partner with some of global entities like HFIND, ADP list, accessible, some advisor or some few IT related companies where design development is a core strength. So I work as an advisor for this company. Okay. Apart from that, I also actively work with a few colleges in India and abroad. So I'm a guidance as an advisory or industry jury for few colleges where design is a core. Uh, yeah. So I think enough for me. So let's start. Love to discuss about anything related to UX and design. Okay. So now this is something few months I'm just you also when you're checking LinkedIn or some Twitter, people, lot of so many people now talking about chat GPT and it will take your jobs and it will changing design field and everything. And as usual, there are so many, I'm not say some misleading people, they started misleading design communities that acha, now chat GTP is there, so you will lose your job. And again, youngsters start confusing. Okay, some people are switching to UX research, and now suddenly they have questions on this front. So that's why I thought let's have a proper discussion, and lot of myths today will burst. So we'll have a discussion over that. So before we start, just quickly, just discuss on what is design process. Okay. So yes, design process is like there are so many design process we follow, but mainly our goal is for solving problem, and for that reason, we plan something, then we do research, then we create some prototypes, and then maybe testing and develop. So there are so many techniques we use the design process. Okay, so today's presentation idea is very simple. Agenda is very quickly I will explain. So today, first we'll discuss about few things about design process. Then obviously, little bit of AI history I would like to add. Then obviously we'll focus on a chat GPT, what is it and what is this prompt and everything. Then I have a one pilot project here. So we quickly, I will show you live using those prompts. So I have created almost 30 plus, I think 40 around prompts. So quickly I will, so we'll walk through that entire process. Then my approach is different here. So though my topic was project how to use chat GPT for the design process, but end of the session, I'm talking about why not to use chat GPT. Okay, so there's a twist, but yes, there are some more AI platforms I will show you. So my approach is here not only chat GPT for you, and so there is so much hype and people are talking about this. So we'll try to find out some golden bridge there, where as a designer when you start career, how we can, so do not have fear about this thing first of all. So and then we'll have a QA. Okay, so let's start again. So design process, typically everyone follows different design processes. So uh, today in market, so we have so many, each company, each team, they dedicated their entire design team for different processes. So we have a user-centered design, which is based on the human factor engineering, and where human-centric approach is there. So it is a human-centric design. Just now, before I start this lecture, I have found one article very interesting. I will put link in a LinkedIn later on. So instead of SCI, now people are starting calling it is PCI. Okay, it is interesting term. So that author is proposing it is not SCI. What is the future of SCI basically? UX, what is the future of UX? So it is basically a brain-centric interfaces. So very interesting approach that author has taken. So I'm exploring that term. Maybe in next session or somewhere I try to explore that topic. Okay. So coming back to this, so design process. So design thinking, agile UX, lean UX or lean design. Then you have a design sprint, then Six Sigma designs, participant design, and human-centered designs. There are so many people as per their requirement, their project, or maybe team size, or maybe their stakeholder. We opt different design process, and everyone is now practice those. They are, every company has their own protocols, and they are getting very good success results. And every company has a UX or UI or graphic, they have departments, and they try to implement these processes. Yes, today again we are not going into deep for each process. Probably you can refer our old UX talks, where I think few UX talk we are dedicated for some design processes. Next month, we are conducting one more dedicated session for design sprints. So probably you can watch for that. Yes. So after design process, then now let's talk about this AI. Yes, last couple of months, it is like, or maybe last 6 months, we have seen Chat GPT 3, then 3.5, then now 4 is going on. But again, it is not the case. It is like started this year or something. It is started, I think 2021 is the start. But AI itself is not new for us. Like its history, it is really go back somewhere around 1950s, and there people are started exploring this particular field. So as it is, many people talk about exploring such subjects very long. So I think beyond we have a lot of journey for AI field itself. So we can say basically in OpenAI is a started, which is founded by Elon Musk and some other people. And so we have a Chat GPT in a version 18, then have a GPT 3, and latest is a 4. They are evolving. So let's understand what is now, how to implement this thing and everything. Okay, so there are 6 reasons I found out, maybe more. You can later on you can suggest those things, but why people are going for this AI or automation in this particular design? Okay, because so far we used to talk about machine learning, artificial intelligence in a like development. So our developer is they are in tension. Okay, Acha, what is happening to my career? Should I learn natural language processing or what everything? But suddenly, last few months, we started using in design, so image generators. So a lot of things are happening. So normal designer, graphic designer is in shock. Arey, we just started learning something and suddenly what is this happening? Okay, so why people will go for AI in this particular field? So there are few reasons I think. Maybe there are more. You can explore more reasons behind this. First is automate design process, because obviously when AI comes, then human errors are less. We can very much assured what are the algorithms we have defined, they work. At least we can expect that AI will work accuracy wise better than humans. Second reason is AI programs, as we introduce natural language NLP and sentimental analysis, so we can handle very big amount of data. So very short time we can process quite big amount of data, and where our user research counts. Okay, so if you are working on a big project, so maybe we can cut down that timeline. And I can tell you with my experience, last I think 5 months, I'm started using AI tools in my own company. And believe me, earlier we used to spend almost 4 days or 5 days for 2 or 3 UX research process. Literally, we have come down from 4 days to 4 or 5 hours. So in some cases within 2 hours. But yes, I'm not use only Chat GPT. Okay, so I will tell you some of a list which I used in last 5 years, and I can 100% assurance I can give. If you use correctly, definitely you can reduce your research time and those things. Because recently, just I told you, we are working very high-end projects, so we require huge data to handle. We are working with one fintech project and semi-government project, so there is a huge data is to process. So yes, AI tools definitely handle a lot of big data accurately, obviously. Second, improves customer experience, because yes, I can handle a lot of customer queries through AI tools. So that is how automation comes. Next, determine the user preference. So in a one go, in a one query or one small prompt, uh, I can handle a lot of user preferences, or maybe at least initially I can start with this, and maybe I can analyze that data using some other tools. So that is the reason. Boosting creativity, yes, it helps somewhere. There are a lot of image generators now we use. Uh, Within quick turnout time, absolutely in few seconds, I can get some design ideas. And last is a personalizing the user experience. Now this is very important for me because nowadays chat GPT and everything, people are they are assuming that okay, if I introduce this, then job will just poof, job will go, and it is not happening. Okay? Don't take that pressure. AI will never take your job. Yes, what I'm saying is, if you practice those correctly, okay, uh, you can get better results. And I will tell you later on how to use that. Okay. So yes, there is a big question now. Will AI take my job? And the answer is no. Okay, don't believe on these things. There are so many people now on a LinkedIn and Twitter. This will take 20 jobs, 30 jobs every time. Now, who are now this AI will comes and your job will, don't take that pressure. See, AI never, okay, we never want that people will lose job, okay, and this is happening in very our history also. When 1950s or that period when we introduced calculator to the mass, uh, there are maths professor has agitated or they are protest. Don't use calculator because our job will there will be no maths teacher. But I don't think that is the case now. Okay? When in India we still know when we introduce internet and computer, many people has done protest. No, this computer will take jobs and everything. But I don't think because of computer we lose any job. Okay, yes, we have to adapt for that. We have to learn few things, and it is like every our survival. It is like fit. Who is a fit, and then it is like we can survive. That is the case. Okay, and this is a technology. So growth is always there. So I personally feel AI is real potential lies not to displacing even or any job. It is enhancing their productivity to precedental level. Means that's why I told you within 4 days job I can bring to 4 hours. Then why not? If that job is done in precision, so obviously I don't. Uh, I'm not saying if whatever your skill set have that will if you not update yourself then definitely a problem. But I don't think AI will 100% will take your job and everything. No, people will adapt, people will learn. Okay? And as a designer or as a professional, you have to adapt those things in your process also. Okay. Yes, there will be arguments. I know some people will again uh, argue this. No, no. But anyways, people will talk about this lot of things. But I think unless we have this discussion in our community, uh, it is good that we have discussing from few days that what is happening because of chat GPT or some other tools to our career. I think that will trigger for people to learn new things. Okay. Okay. Now coming back to today's the tool which we are talking is a chat GPT. Obviously, we have a fourth uh, version they launched recently. But ChatGPT is it is like there for almost 2 years. Suddenly we see responses to text-based conversation, allowing user to interact with in a way that feels natural and intuitive. It is like I am talking to with person, and then how. So it is a natural language process at best level I can say. Okay, and uh, they are getting this algorithm. Basically, it's getting trained by our inputs, our prompts, and I think they have gathered data till in ChatGPT 3.5 basically. I think 19, I think from 21 is the year where they stop pulling the data. So whatever data you will get in a chat GPT 3.5 is still 21st. Something about the current, then the response is like that. So we have a data till 2021. Okay, so there is a problem, but they solve this in ChatGPT 4. So that is not a case. Okay, so it is OpenAI. It is like a company, it's a research or focus on advancing artificial intelligence, and it is formed by very prominent individuals across tech industry like Elon Musk and so on. So in 2015 it is started. So mission is like to develop and promote friendly AI, so that for humanity and everything. Okay, okay, I always doubt on this. Okay, but anyways, we at least as a part of industry, yes, this is our goal, that we want to give something back to the humanity, and that's why we use all these AI tools. And okay. Then now recent update you must know, or you have that Microsoft has huge, they are invested in a OpenAI, so that this particularly now go to the Bing. I will show you. So where we can even, because ChatGPT is a paid version, but if you want to use ChatGPT 4 free, so there is one trick I will show later. So Microsoft is a funding, and then they introduce in the Bing and everything. Now let's understand or something. You just type command prompt in there, and this tool will respond to you. It's not only just natural language processing, it is also a large scale language modeling. So they have so much data, so that they can give you articles, and they can even ChatGPT 4, they have increased the limit of answers. So I think more than 2000 words they can give you answers. So you can get huge articles or content for your website application using this tool. So it is a multi-turn conversation. It is very interesting experience we get when we use ChatGPT. So like, we talk with friends, or we talk with your teacher, and you ask question, and then reading questions and question to question, and you just like a conversation, you chat on this prompt, and basically ChatGPT personalize your questions, and they respond very interestingly. So it's a multi-turn, like, question answer format we will get. When we do a live demonstration of chat prompts, then we'll understand, because I purposefully written some chat prompts. They are linked to each other or linked to previous questions. So still you get correct answers. So it is knowledge-based integration. So ChatGPT can integrate with external knowledge base with APIs. Now that's why in 4 version they have introduced a lot of plugins, and it is open source. So now many people are now experimenting on this thing, and new plugins are getting integrated in our platforms. And also because of this, ChatGPT is now integrated, integration happening in different products. That's why we see a lot of, I know one platform where last 2 weeks, we see almost, I think more than 1,000 applications they launch obviously with different I will show that link also, where we get all AI based tools at one platform, is an aggregator. So within 2-3 weeks, we saw one almost 1,000+ new application in a image category, in a lot of different categories, using Chat GPT as a base. I think a lot of now blogs and articles we create using AI tools. Okay, now I think 2-3 times I use this word prompt. Now basically how to operate. So you have to ask questions to this chat, because it is basically a chatting environment. So you have to ask some questions. So we call this as a chat prompt. So a chat prompt is written or spoken input with the provided the chat GPT language model. It's a natural language, so it is don't take more pressure here. It's simply now how you thought. Just put ask question that way. It is tool. So yes, I will show you how to write prompt and everything. So okay, so it is like simple phrase. What is your meaning of life? Or you can ask, tell me a joke. Or you can ask, oh, what is user research? Give me detailed process about what we step use in a design thinking, and then you will get answer of that. Any design process, you can ask anything. Okay? So it is like people are using for taking informations. One of my friends from California recently, he said, oh, now university is now very, they are like headache, because students are started using we are adding and so get more accurate and detailed responses. Okay. So basically, I will I will showcase the interface. So basically, we get this send message is your prompt, where you have to type, you have to send, and you will get response. Okay. Okay. Now let's start using this thing in a design process. So basically, before again shift, just take a comparison. I am showing you GPT-3 model only. 4 is a paid version. So again, I don't know if then 4 is the data sets and everything is like tremendous. But I will show few more tools. Then you will see GPT-4 is just a beginning. There are so many other tools also. They are huge if you compare with ChatGPT. Okay. Now, where we can use so any design process, design thinking, or lean UX or UCD, so first we can use the phases, like while you are doing research and ideation phase. So ChatGPT can use to generate a lot of ideas inside designers during research phase, uh, ideation phase, by asking direct questions to the your prompt, and you will get answers. So we can have correct thought process. We can build on a so in ideate phase or research phase, we can chat GPT. Second, also we can use for testing purposes. So how I will show you later. But yes, again, you can use this when you do after evaluations or something. So then you have to need to take a brief interviews. Then we can plan interviews. I will show you that even chat GPT can create even documents, legal documents. Okay. So recently one of the project I tried creating NDA. No? Sometimes we get confused, how to draft NDAs. Because you are testing, you need to sign a lot of documentation. Sometimes as a designer, we are not that much good in a content writing or legal terms and everything. So ChatGPT is there, or AI tool will generate document for you. So I have one prompt. I will show you where how the NDA formats and a lot of other testing formats will be required. We can use and we can generate this format documents basically. Next, obviously, content creation. We can take help for your content, because when you start information architecture and when you start open card sort or close card sort, and after that process, when we started thinking about, acha, now what is my wireframe will look like and everything, then you need a content. So definitely then we can use GPT for definitely to generate or dummy content, obviously. As we said, if something is better than nothing, that kind of a thing. So it is something better to put lorem ipsum everywhere, dummy text. You can put relevant text so that your stakeholder will understand more your prototypes and everything. So definitely we can use to create content. Then obviously testing purpose, prototyping. I have seen, I have tried basically Chat GPT. Obviously it is not used to image generation. There are some other tools you need to, like you have one, I have now starting testing one tool, which is AI based, which generates wireframes and prototype. But yes, ChatGPT can give you low fidelity wireframe, but you have to try 1 or 2 times. You have to regenerate those prompts. Definitely, this tool give some kind outline about, like, low fidelity wireframes you will get. We'll try today. Let's see. So overall, this tool is valuable for design process. So it is very instantly we can use this tool, and you can at least sometimes we have a very big question: how to start a project, where to start, where I should I start interviews, how you can create a questionnaire. But sometimes we stop, and then definitely this tool is very and that and we will just quickly I will walk through some design prompts which can use, and definitely I will I'm publishing these all 40 odd design prompts. So keep touch base on a LinkedIn or Twitter. So, or you can follow UXTalk on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. UXTalk is always already on or I think all leading podcast. So you can check our old talks, and I'm putting these all lists there also promptly, so you can download from there. Okay, but to understand just randomly some testing from prompts, instead of, I thought, let's ideate phase, then prototyping and testing. Okay, this is the phase basically we do in a user-centered design. And the project, just for sake of say dummy or something, I'm taking one simple. Everyone knows that topic. It is a food order system. So take scenario where our team or we are want to develop a simple mobile application which is for food order system. Okay, now let's start. I'm opening prompt also. Let's share. I will share. Okay. So quickly, I will walk through about this interface. So very pretty simple. So it's a prompt. So I'm using 3.5. Paid version is like $20 per month. So definitely, if you think it is worth of money, then definitely you can purchase and this. But I think for beginning level, I don't think you should buy something. At least take a plus hands-on how to use. You can use this free version. Definitely paid version has advantage. Very quick response time. Uh, the answer we get, which have increased they have recently increased the limit of answer also. Second thing, there is a they started adding, so where you can, there is very interesting plugin for the web where you can take a current, but no need to buy right now. Don't put your money here. I will show you a couple of other options where you get same results, without paying $20 per month. But yes, if you can afford, definitely you can go for that. Okay, now let's come back here again. So, so let's start putting some. So I will just taking one, and I will start putting, but just quickly, just go through these prompts which I am starting. So first target is like to understand domain which we are working. So I have written few prompts here. So like, consider that I'm a mm, uh, very fresh researcher, okay, and very first time I'm handling this food order system. Okay, the scenario is like that. Then as a researcher, I have to investigate what is this domain. Okay, what is the competitor study? Okay, what is my comparative? Lot of things. So in front of stakeholders, I should not be have that embarrassment. No, I don't know anything about domain, so I don't want that scenario. That's why I'm investigating about the food order itself. Okay. The next prompt is like, give me top 5 order system in India. You can explore in your own country, okay, or in globally anywhere. So then I also want to know. So obviously then the list will come. So I pick up 2 out of that, Zomato and Swiggy. Then I've done some comparative study. So I want SWOT analysis, then give me feature list, then what is the business model of these two. And again, to create a stakeholder interview questions, I need to understand. So 1 minute, I will just quickly. Okay, nothing, I'll just to copy paste, that's why. Okay. And don't worry, I'm sharing these all prompts through my channel, so definitely. Now let's observe. So I'm putting this. So you can see it is a natural language process. And even if you do spelling mistake, please don't take that pressure. This program is very well, or the algorithm is there, so it is. It will give you answer. Okay. So it is like I have to type question and just have to press next. So now it is starting giving me actual what is the answer. Okay, so what is the business food order system? Now consider as the scenario, like, I'm a very new in a research field. So, and this is my first project about food order system. So, and my boss told as na info, acha, go and just take information about this thing and everything. Okay, so I'm using now to understand what is food order system. Okay. Okay, one more thing, while using this, when you start prompt, basically, if you see here, you started recording your prompts. Sometimes, if you not think it is not a correct answer, so you can regenerate response. Okay, so if you click this, so it will give you another answer, maybe more modified it. Okay, so I'm telling you this tricks, few things. So again, maybe he's reconstructing more naturally, and he start giving me. One more trick I can tell you that, like once if you get entire answer, I will tell you. Let's finish this. If we observe now, he's giving me more detailed answer. Okay? So if you saw our first reply, there are 6 points, and now it is a 7 points. Okay. One more thing to take more, I will just write this way. Okay? Elaborate for answer more. Okay. Again, just hit enter. Now it will track your previous question and answer, and then it will give you. Okay. Now again, answer is generating, but it's more detailed. Okay. So never uh, conclude on your first answer. Sometimes you know, ask elaboration or ask more detail. GPT has that power. It will give you more detailed answers. Okay. And you can use this trick at the regenerate or elaborate or give me more details for any prompt, and you will get answers. Okay. Okay. Now let's try next question. Next prompt is about, okay, and now I understood what is a business about food order system and everything. So obviously, uh, next question, let's ask about what is the revenue model. So it's not telling me, what are the revenue models. So we have a commission-based model, or so what is then commission-based model? Okay. Yeah, so as a beginner researcher, definitely, definitely it will help you to getting more insight about your subject, more insight about your topic. Yes, obviously, if you are an experienced researcher, then definitely you will not use for this thing. But again, I'm considering I'm a very fresher in this field, and I want to explore this thing. Okay? Now, let's see more. Okay, who are the top 5 players in this system? Okay. So first is Zomato is telling me what is Zomato and everything. Then is Swiggy. Okay. And okay. Okay. Now I think few people understood what is the problem and why I'm added last few slides. Why not use GPT for research? I think hope some people are already identified. Because third example is about Uber Eats. There is an issue with the Uber Eats because Uber Eats already is no longer in India. It is already merged with some other company. As ChatGPT has stopped acquiring data in 2021, so that's the reason we get sometimes outdated data. So that is the precautions you have to take. I will speak about these things later on. Yes, and so on. These are like let's see. If I am now using some different prompt and added one more keywords like do a SWOT analysis. The Swiggy is a mobile application in a tabular format. So if I use tabular format as a keyword, now let's see what happened. So obviously this is giving me a SWOT analysis, but now in a table format. So basically it is some formatting. Definitely we can generate now, okay. Next prompt will be like, give me detailed feature list. Now, in particular, this prompt, I combined two questions. So he's giving me answer like a first feature of one application and next feature of another application. Okay, so these are some prompts we can use to get insight about your subject, or when you begin your research design phase. That time definitely we can use. One more last prompt I will use. So create a business plan for the food order, so that when I face my stakeholder, something I can form some questionnaire for these things. Okay, so it will give me entire summary. Now this is we call as a connection with the first questions and answer. Okay, and now it is giving me entire detail the business or target market plan or something for food order systems. Okay, now these are some prompts which are used for, say, initial phases. In design phase, we need a research and everything. Now start actual process where we start with user interviews and those things. You can use GPT for get your knowledge purpose also. Okay, so maybe you don't know what is user research itself, so you can ask such direct question to the, so it will give you more. Okay, so very first time if you are doing, so any basically you can use to take any knowledge gaining purpose, you can use you can ask any questions about any process. GPT will explain you. Again, you can use those tricks, regenerate answer or elaborate about. It will give more detailed answer about your question. Now, you know, whenever you start research work, you involve a lot of users for research or stakeholder. So I'm showing you one demonstration of, for creating NDA documents. Similarly, you can use to generate such document also for your project. Now let's see. He will use some very interesting document format. Suppose you don't know how to, but at least you can start with the terms and everything. Again, you can polish this question. Maybe you can ask your country specific, write document in an Indian legal format or something. So you get some kind of more updated so signature format, everything. So you can just copy paste this thing and can use. Okay, now next my prompt is like start with actual user research. So I need to know how many users in our order system. So it's starting giving me, okay, so you have a customer, which is an end user, and you have a restaurant, which is the owner. Sometimes I have seen while in your mentoring also, sometimes I get very basic questions. So how many users are in my project? Okay, so people started, okay, so you can use this technique here. Now next is like, I can add as each user, or so now, okay, here are some sample questions for, say, customer. So what are the questions you have? So I think the number of users and each question. But now, okay, these are the basic questions. I want more detail. So I can add a prompt like this. So generate user interview question for, now I'm taking specific user, which is a customer in a food order system, but I want now script, say script of question, of say interview question. Now let's see how it responds. Okay. Now it is not only questions. It is now changed. If you observe the first answer where customer questions are there, okay, these are my basic questions. But now I am asked with a script. So now the script is generated, which I can practice, and when I plan for interview, okay, so I can have some pilot interviews, and so how to start interviews, that I can do. Now after that, now I'm taking customer as a one user, because each user we can use such prompts, but maybe my next question is like I'm taking now customer as a user, and henceforth I'm putting prompt for that user. So basically what my customer, the end user in this particular food order, is doing. So he will start giving me some task list for this end user. Now, obviously, once I do this, next process we do basically creating affinity maps. Now, we cannot generate image here, but I have written prompt something like this: create affinity map for customer with clusters, basically for customer user, because affinity map you have to create clusters and then all ideas below those each cluster in a tabular format with detailed suggestions. Now let's see how it gets responded. So giving each cluster for that customer user, so how they will browse and discover. Then the next cluster is a pricing order, and under that he's giving me some idea suggestions. Okay. Same thing we do with Figma Jam board and everything, using sticky notes and something, same thing. But again, as I said, this version basically is not create images. So we have to work around some different way. Now, after suppose this very important stage is like, say, create persona. Obviously, I have few inputs to discuss here, but I'm just showing you few prompts and their answers. And definitely, some of people have identified issues with the chat GPT while these are generating. So I know there are some problems. Let first see how they are generating, and then I definitely I will discuss what are the issues with all these answers and everything. Okay. Now next, maybe stage where we start creating after persona, the storyboard and journey map, those things. Okay. So I start building scenarios now. So for my customer user, then obviously then I need to develop a storyboard. So for storyboard, I need ideas for each scene I want to create. Okay. So again, I will use prompt. So create storyboard script scene wise for user, obviously no customer, for food order. Now he's giving me script. Okay. So which I can use, or I can get idea for creating storyboard. So he has taken one name, Sarah, as a Sarah as a one user, and how two users are interacting. Okay. And this. Now maybe after storyboard, we need using this persona and storyboard. Okay. Next prompt will be journey maps. Okay, I can add few lines, few words here. Say like using oh, let's see. Okay, as I said, image is a problem here. But yes, you can at least get some idea about this, how. Okay, now obviously then we have to develop architect. So now this is for if you have some technical background, then definitely you will see very the potential of a GPT, how you can use these things. So I'm increasing next prompt, little bit of difficulty of architect and detailing. You can observe now. It's just basic first order of simple way of architect. Now I'm adding few more detailing here. Now same architecture. Now I added one more parameter here. It is like same thing, but using give me some regards to database. Now let's see. Because when we do wireframes, sometimes we need to add some constraint or we need to add some validations. So definitely you can use these outputs as for your technical team. We can discuss there and just simply creating architect very simple way. We can add some more detail. Okay. Now I'm adding one more level above top of this. So I'm putting same prompt but added few more keywords like with validations. Now again, let's see the output, it will change. Now, if you see earlier, uh, same thing, but here now you see some validations. And actually you can take a reference of this while even wireframing also. Okay, so you can put this constraint in your each field, and you can obviously these are not accurate. Developer has some different, but at least to start with something, can use some kind of idea. You will get, if you not understood this, please sit with your technical team and they will help you to make you understand what are these things. And okay, now after architect, maybe as a interaction designer, I need something so where I can use notifications or where I can use this thing. So that also I can generate from GPT. Okay. So probably where I can put notifications or so that this will help me while again creating wireframes where I can put these scenarios where I can put this notification. Now let's try. Now so far, again I will just if we scroll above. So we start with basically idea, subject knowledge from that food order system. Then we move down for what is food order system, what are the users, how many users, then comparative studies, SWOT, then business plan, then user identification, then slowly we build a questionnaire, then entire for we consider one user as a customer, and obviously same thing you can do for each user, and you can find out if now then we are develop architect for customers, same way we can develop architect for other users also. Okay. Chat GPT now, again, as I told you, one first time you may not get, you have to regenerate. Okay, let's see. If you are lucky, we'll get answer. But very basic level, architect wireframe, definitely chat GPT is you. Now say in first answer is giving me yes, I cannot do this because I'm not a visual content. But let's try one more time. So basically it's telling me from where you can do wireframing and everything. Okay? But let's try. Let's ask some one more time. Let's see. So now answer is changed. If you observe the first answer, okay, where now in first answer he was telling me how to do, use Figma, XDs or blah blah blah. But now in second answer he is giving me no what you put header, what you put no restaurant. Let's push more. Let's see. But I have seen no some diagrams here. I'm just exploring. Let me rephrase it. But at least it is giving you what if you are trying to sketch, no, what should you put in a in a low fidelity wireframe. But I'm not giving up. Let's try one because I have seen it generate one very rudimentary wireframe. Let's see. No, okay, I will try. Let's see. But typically it gives in this format basically only just plotted table format, and it draws wireframe. Let's try one more time. Let's see. Okay, now after this, maybe after you create a wireframe, yeah, we need you can try. But last time when I use same prompt. So let's see. No, table format will not work. Let's see if work. No. Again, that data is, but I have seen actually it is drawing this particular code environment. It draws. Anyways, you can try. Okay. Now maybe then after low fidelity, then you are moving towards what your screen or something. Then maybe for each page you need some suggestions or ideas. Okay, then you can use prompt like this. No, for home page, give me ideas. So you will start putting some of header, what you take in header, what is in search bar, what is in a, again you want more detailed ideas for that. Okay, then you can use more detailed prompts like this. I want more in depth. I think you can test, so ask some direct questions sometimes. You can give the same question, same prompt. In first level, I have just asked, what is give me simple filters. Then I ask more suggestions. Then I ask elaborate more with specific. Now it's giving me even detail, each filter, what are the possibilities, what is it, even which design element which I should I take, just like or drop box or list of checkbox. Okay, so you can you take more, go inside. Okay? Even I have tested one more thing because English we get uh, some British English, American English is different. So let's try that also. Here now I'm want content for that, say uh, detail restaurant detail page where customer is. Oh, okay. Sorry. Ah, okay. That is because of free. Let me check phone. Okay. Anyways, so I will definitely I will share all these prompts. I think that's why we use Gmail, right? So we have so many email IDs. Okay, don't worry. So basically, I'm creating content. So it's generating me. But now I have a particular issue with the content. So maybe I need particularly in Indian English that is we use even in Microsoft. So every country specific we can have a content. So it is content generation. I think Chat GPT is there. We can use very strong. Okay, let's see now. Same answer I'm getting in a different language. Okay, so same answer, but now it is now languages are different. Okay, so maybe you can try with your own local dialect or something. So Chat GPT can respond you with some modification in the content. Now, again, I will elaborate more thing with some specific content written statement here. So same thing I'm using now, very simple prompt. Now let's say answer. Now, as a design process, we always count for errors. So now, so far, if you saw, we started with the subject knowledge, then comparative study, then user interview questions, and so far we try to even structure for wireframe. So even possibly I can identify where there are chances, for error. So let's see, we can get something. So can you list possible error message where we get a food order system for the customer user in a detail copy? So, it is now suggesting me, what kind of error message you should have in the system. Obviously, with some explanations why you need this kind of error messages. Same thing I can ask for notifications. Where should I put notification in entire this mobile application? So it's not telling me. You can put for order confirmation, order status, delivery time, where we can. Okay. So basically now, so far, what we have seen till say design suggestions or screen suggestions. Okay. Now even we can use particular GPT for even for creativity purpose. Let's see some of a prompt we can use. So overall, I want what is the design system in food order. Okay. So now he's suggesting me how and why you want design system for food order. Okay. Now even you can take suggestion for even color harmonies. Let's see. So after colors, maybe I want to some suggestions for even for typography. Okay. So for Android, which are the trend, he is giving me which type of font. Same way for I want to develop for Apple. So he's for iOS also. See. And further elaborate. Now give me specific font types for both Android and iPhone. Now, after typography, maybe then we need some suggestions. Now, obviously, I'm not, because of time permit, I'm not doing more detailed prompts, but definitely now you have idea or you have got idea how you can use this for, okay. Now, let's see for, I'm going for iconography. So which icons may be better or where the trends are going on, where users' mental models are established. So he's now suggesting me icons which are universal, okay, where you can use and what is the purpose of that icon. Okay, now rest part is mine obviously, but I have to create those icons or maybe. And as always, I very much to design or UX, I always want you should follow accessibility. So you can create or you can get suggestions even for accessibility, because without this, do not consider any project is your complete. Okay, so accessibility is, but still, where, okay, let's try. Let me try one more thing. Yes, it is giving me some detail about, how to implement Section 50. Accessibility norms. Some countries, this is mandatory. Okay, now these are overall. I try to just give walkthrough. Again, I know it is like we have a limited time, but still I try to. Again, let's come back to our presentation. Where it, uh, okay. Yes, Siddharth, I will definitely putting. I will. I'm going to put all these prompts in one text file, and I will upload it once on a LinkedIn or social platforms. But now, see, so we have seen a lot of prompts and how definitely it is giving us answers and everything. And as I'm telling you that yes, I'm also using Chat GPT in my projects, but my proposal or my approach is different here. Don't use Chat GPT only in a design process. You do not depend on this one AI tool, because a lot of, even if you now if you saw some answers, there are so many issues with the answers. Because why not? Because it is important to note that the Chat GPT should not be used as a replacement of a human input in a research. As a research advocate, I cannot encourage these ideas. I need a human touch. I need human interactions. Okay, now where then why I'm again saying you can use, because at least sometimes we get to that brain block, nervous blockage. We don't have nothing to generate or putting on a table. There is a timeline and something you need to push, trigger, or your boss is shouting at you, and then something you need to start. Then definitely you can take help of Chat GPT, but you cannot replace entirely your research process. This is very bad practice, because this is not the way we supposed to do design process. Design and art is something where we need human touch. Okay, so it can be helpful to assist certain tasks, but human insight, expertise will not replicate, or in those answers that human touch will not see. So personally, though I am using in some cases, uh, but I'm still not okay to replace 100% with Chat GPT, and you should not consider this is a shortcut for you in a design process. Acha, so I cannot do anything, so I want to quickly, I will do Chat GPT and my problem is solved. It is not going to, it's not the correct way. 2 days back, I found one very interesting post by Jacob Nelson. So I put link here. Maybe you also follow Jacob Nelson. So recently, I think 2 days back only he has posted this research. So he has done the comparison, and basically what happened, now we saw a couple of responses. Obviously, they are generated responses. Okay, and there is a few things are missing there. Okay, I have made a list what few things are missing in next slide. But again, we take this and I will show you one more interesting thing here. Okay, let me open browser. So let's consider this as a response. We'll take any. Let's this respond. Now there are so many now tools are there where basically I can check. So if I put this generated text, see, so people now know which generated text and which is a human written text. Okay, so this is a problem. So that's why when if we use such thing in your portfolios, okay, stop right now. Don't use this thing in your real work. Yes, definitely you can take this as an assistant, then you can elaborate, you can humanize those things, you can modify it, and then you can use in your project. So like it is like if you started using such things, it is like same people who talks, okay, I know Figma, that means I know UX. Same thing here. Don't do such things. Okay. Even people are now saying, so you have to create this, then I have to humanize, I need to use again some tools. Okay. Or maybe manually I have to do. So time required to all these things is more for editing and for drafting. Okay, so that is a journey, that is an enjoyment which we get with real users, and you are missing those things. Okay, to save time, sometimes it is okay, but again, I'm saying don't right now consider your chat GPTs. You got some kind of a magic wand, and your research process will okay. So it is not correct. Okay, now obviously ChatGPT may produce inaccurate information about people, places, and facts. Okay, as I told you earlier, it is data generated from 2021. After that, there is no data. So is a question mark. Second thing, artificial intelligence cannot empathize your user like we can. Okay, so detachment, emotional core, everything when we observe with real interviews, with real when you do this processes, you saw your users, we interact with them, so we empathize. Okay, we solve the problem, and that is missing here. Okay, second important thing which I thought you are writing without passion is a pointless. Okay? So yes, for assistant, definitely you can use chat GPTs, but for you cannot, because I know I have seen some of unfortunate people are using chat GPT to complete portfolios. Okay, people are starting using chat GPT for some other documentation and something. Okay? But don't do this. Okay, if you are a student, definitely avoid using chat GPT. Yes, if you're a professional, then definitely to save time, you can use ChatGPT. But so far, we have a very long way yet to to develop. Let's wait for some time. Let's see how Chat 4, 5, or what are the versions they are coming. How much more humanoid we are doing. And okay. And as I told very beginning, I do not use ChatGPT only. Okay, so I use very different tools here. So quickly, I will show you a couple of things. So first is a Bing. Uh, Bing is like, as I told you, if you want to use ChatGPT 4 free, then you can use Bing. So if you go to the bing.com, you have to log in with your Microsoft ID. Then in Bing, there is a chat section. So it's a nothing but you get a latest version of a chat GPT, and obviously they are not saying this, but internally it is a chat GPT model only. So here also you can ask question. Now why I'm saying you should not use only chat GPT, because here you will see the difference in answers. Okay, uh, yeah, it's not giving started. So now this is integrated with the search engine. So it is giving me live and some references where I can get more answers. Okay. Same thing I will show instead of Chat GPT. Nowadays, I started using one more very advanced, I will say, 1 minute. Is happening? Why not? So, okay. Now check this. What is that? 1 minute. Let me stop first. Sorry for. Okay, this is a tool which I am talking. Perplexity. Perplexity. Now this is very interesting. Now same questions here I'm adding. Create persona for customer user system. Okay. Now here also we get same something similar. You know, what is a persona and everything. But interesting, the difference between Chat GPT and here, he's giving me something more. Okay. So from where this answer is generated, the references, where I can, and same thing, no, is missing if I put same prompt here. Now you get a difference. You will see the difference. Definitely I'm getting persona idea, but if you compare this thing with here, is a definitely more detail and more, you know, some references and where I can find more information. Okay. So, and here these things are missing. One more I can use, I'm using, it is a U. So you can register for this and then you can go to the U chat again, same prompt. Now see the difference. Now it here is giving me more like a search engine, regards the same. Okay. One more I can suggest is Notion. I think you guys already using Notion for a lot of purposes. Same thing. Let's try here also. Okay. So I use when I press. So you know this new thing, Notion AI they are added. Just click here. Same thing. Okay. So create persona for. And I use generate. I think Sarah is everywhere. Okay. Okay. Now here also I'm getting Notion. I can use for a lot of reasons here. Okay. So you get here all similar output. One more is like Discord. This is a very interesting community base. Here also you can take a Chat GPT-4 directly. This is something I'm using now very aggressively in a lot of projects. So there are a lot of community. So you to have a Discord account, then you register and you get Mid Journey is a AI based tool where you can put just your keywords and you start generate. And in Discord, you have that lot of good community for mid-journey. So many people are, okay, you have to just, like, I already have, like, chat GPT. Just have to select your channel with chat GPT-4 and just start typing here, and you will start generating your responses. Okay. So, one more, Microsoft introduced this designer. Here also you start putting your journey and just click generate. So it is a direct competition for Canva, or so you get directly generate designs. So again, coming back to our presentation here, again, so my point is here, Chat GPT is not only answer for AI solutions. There are so many things. So idea is like definitely. So my final thought views on entire this. Definitely you can use Chat GPT for design processes. If you are a beginner in a career, so definitely you can take for suggestions and everything. But if you are creating portfolios for your jobs or some other reason, I suggest stop right away using ChatGPT, because we have a detector programs where I need 1 second to check the text content generated by some AI tool or you have written manually. Okay. So yes, so where you can use this ChatGPT particularly to get ideas, to get suggestions. You generate something from there, then definitely you modify as per your own language. And again, there are some tools are there that you search and find out, because then again automation. So there are now tools actually. So you generate from this ChatGPT, put content in those tools, and these tools then they will humanize your content, and then you can use it. So again, I'm not suggesting, you are smart enough to find out. So you can trick there also, but my job is not to push on automation too much, copy paste things. As a researcher, please try to use your own brain more. Keep things for only idea generations. Maybe then you can modify it, or you can change it, and then you can use. Okay, there are so many people nowadays talking about this thing. Maybe a lot of mentors are now started talking, oh, use chat gpt and something for portfolios. But my suggestions is don't use chat gpt for creating portfolios, because within second we can find out whether it is artificially generated or whether it is by your own words. Okay. Okay, now let's open. If you have any questions, definitely I would like to answer. So I know on weekend Friday, but thanks for patience, and hope uh, at least something you got from today's talk. Yeah, if you have any questions, let's have a quick question round, and then you can use chat box here on WebEx. Or anything apart from question, you want to add something in this discussion, please. I would like more interactive things here. Or any of you, have you tried to use any AI tool or chat GPT? How was your experience?
Sir, personally, I like the example which you have given. I mean, the difference between the multiple tools available in the market. So I think that granular level, how we need to interact with the chat GTP versus other tools, it is definitely helpful. I mean, compared to other examples.
Okay, great. I hope, Abhijit, you will use even professionally also. My warning is for learners here, not for professionals. Uh, um, okay, so when you are learning, don't depend entirely uh, on your these automated things. Nikhil, yes, Figma. In Figma, we have AI now, not only ChatGPT. Here also, I will show you. Again, today we are not. Definitely, I will create one session for this thing to for but I will show you definitely as you now ask this question, Nikhil. Let me share Figma. Right? So I will open blank file. Hope Figma is visible, right? Yeah. So definitely there are now so many plugins are there. So even if you just now recently I tried Fig GPT, but if you search by AI, there are so many different now people are creating plugins which is AI based for typography, for icons, for content. So you can explore these things. So definitely Figma is there. The tool which I'm talking where as a UX company we are a partner with them. I will show that tool. This one. So this is entirely AI based, AI generated tool, I can say. Now they are planning to develop auto. They are in a beta. So what basically they are trying, just you can quickly, if you check this video. So give some keywords and click just next, and your entire screens 1, 10, 15, how many they will start pop up in front of you. Okay, so you can not only Figma is the word for UX. There are so many already people are starting using this AI. So keep eye on this tool, and it's very not that costly also. If you are a company or corporate level, please you can try out for 1 month. I think $12 is not a big amount. They are very interesting feature here, which you can try actually. So you can upload any sketch, and this will convert directly into. Let's test. I will log in first in my account. So let me take any. Just I added random one low fidelity sketch from one of my old project and just click on him. So now he is processing it and he is using all AI algorithms behind this, and he will now generate out of this sketch. Basically, he will generate entire vector based screen for you. Okay, so which you can modify and which you can change. Again, you can change, lot of templates are given. Okay, just you can put content, lot of things you can do. Okay. So yes, Figma definitely there. So I'm in planning to do one practical based interactive session for Figma, where we can use all these AI plugins. But I'm not much fond of using tools because I believe in paper and pencil more. But yes, Figma eventually will dry out someday because there are so many tools are coming which are actually integrating even image AI generator. If Figma is not, but I know I am very much fear about Figma. So I'm also Figma fan earlier, but now if you know the news is there, Adobe has, you already know Adobe has taken over, but Adobe has now launched one more tool. Which what I think Firefly, right? So it is art generated, like Mid Journey. They have launched in some area already. They have launched. Let me share the screen once again. So this is a tool they are released in some countries, and I've tried last time. It is not in India, but you can try. Keep eye on this. So now they are doing these things. So I don't know how much they will keep Figma alive in the future, because as far as Adobe history about other tools, I hope they will keep Figma alive, or they will introduce such features directly in a Figma. So that will be more interesting to see. But Figma is not only thing we have. Okay. Any more questions? Or I think already. Yeah, thanks once again, everyone, for a weekend. You have taken time and still many people are here for this talk. So next, again, as I told earlier, so we are planning season 4 very soon, maybe in May or June. So a lot of very interesting speaker are lined up. So connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter, whichever platform. UX Talk, we have a channel on YouTube. All podcast, we have a channels there. So please follow for season 1, 2, and 3. 4, definitely I'm more focusing on new tools, new concepts in the design. So speakers are already lined up. So start as per their ability. I will start putting calendar on the UX talk. But before that, I have few more sessions as a special edition in the UX talk. Next UX talk is very interesting for um, design for conventional things and everything, sustainable designs and everything. Once I finalize date with my speaker, I will definitely announce. So I'm planning few sessions before season 4, some special dedicated some sessions here for so that we can uh, build a platform for season 4. Okay. Hope even if you at least 1% you learn something new. So I tried this thing. So let's connect once again. Connect me on a LinkedIn and keep eye on a Twitter, Insta, and everything. Please, if you like anything, please feel free to take a screenshot and post it on LinkedIn. Very much tag me, tag UXTalk. So share your experience there also, and start using AI tools more so that you can bring that finesse in your work using proper AI tools. Okay. Chalo, bye. Take care. Have a nice weekend and see you on a next UX talk very soon. Bye.